think that theater has greatly impacted our country and the wider Caribbean? If so, how do you think it has, and what do you think can be done in terms of incorporating theater in the educational curriculum?
Well, in terms of the wider Caribbean, it is difficult for me to measure the impact there because I'm getting still a bit disillusioned where theater is concerned, right here, because right now in Caribbean and Grenada, it's very difficult and very expensive to launch and to put on theater production. If you don't get sponsorship, and it is almost impossible to really make any meaningful project. I believe that Canadians generally they love athletics and they love theater. But that impacts and that sort of continuous influence, and I believe it's been slowly eroded. And what has to happen is that the powers that be, the education system, we have to see the performing arts and theater as a viable industry, which just as agriculture is important to feed the physical body, theater, the music, the drama is important to feed the feeding of the soul. And there are monies to be made, but I think unless the governments of the region get to understand that, then we're going to be, in local parlance, we're going to be spinning top in mud. It is vitally important because theater, drama, the arts, some folks say it should be part of the education system. I said no, it shouldn't be a co-curricular. It should not be extracurricular. It should be co-curricular because from birth, that is how we learn. You teach a child, you sing the baby to sleep, you rock with it, you dance, you talk out of nonsense, we play, and that is all it. You learn your tables, you learn the months of the year. It is through the art, through the play, through dance, and a lot of freedom. From the time we enter into the formal education system, then we sort of cut back on that. But I think it's the best way, it's the best medium for teaching. There's something called drama in education, where you make learning fun. Because 80% of the students in the Caribbean say they hate school. Because you go to the classes and it becomes torture. But if you understand drama in education, so if you're teaching Spanish, say, hey guys, we are going to talk. We're going to Margarita. Alright? But the partner is saying, I'm a teacher, I do not know Spanish, so you guys will have to help me. Tell me, you will have to help me to help to communicate. There are certain things that we have to travel with, but if you land in Margarita and you cannot speak English, you'll be in problems. So, just to start motivating the student, I have a different form of teaching, but I think it's the most powerful way to for teaching and passing information. And I'm sure if it's been implemented in the classroom, we're going to students are going to start enjoying school once again. But it has to be one of the highest priority where drama, theater has to be part of the curriculum. And by extension, history, reading and history. Those two, to me, they have to be given priority. Because even the World Bank and a lot of the institutions are recognizing the importance of theater. And I think there's a mandate where in the next 4 years' time, even Tampere has to be placed on high on the agenda. And one of the challenges we're going to have is not having teachers. Because you must have teachers to teach. Because not because you're a performer. Not all performers, a lot of good performers are not the best teachers. So we have to start investing